next on Hooten's Arkansas Football. Highlights from the third week of Arkansas's high school season, including the black and orange battle between Newport and Batesville, plus Sheridan showdown at Whitehall. We've got close to 20 games to show you in the next 30 minutes, plus the State Farm Play of the Week and updating Hootens.com rankings. So let's get it started. Hooten's Arkansas Football is next.
Now, Arkansas's most watched sports show, Hooten's Arkansas Football.
The third week of Arkansas's high school football season, the last week of non-conference play. And we've got highlights in the next 30 minutes coming up on Hooten's Arkansas Football. Thanks for tuning in this morning to today's THV at 11 on 11. It's Hooten's Arkansas Football all season long on Saturday mornings. We're glad you tuned in, and we're going to get started with highlights from the big schools, and they're brought to you by Big Red Stores.
How about a little razzle-dazzle on the first play of the big show? On the first play of the game between North Little Rock and Sylvan Hills, the wide receiver pass. Myron Williams is wide open. North Little Rock 7, Sylvan Hills nothing. Later, Jonathan Dyer plows in. North Little Rock 14, Sylvan Hills zip. How about that North Little Rock D now? These guys are pretty good. Linebacker Daniel Short with the one-handed stab to intercept. North Little Rock's rolling. And look at North Little Rock's crowd over there. And look at Brian Bryles taking the screen from David Holt. And the route on the north side of the river is on. Final score, North Little Rock 35, Sylvan Hills 7. At Conway, the Class 7A Cats looking for their first W and scoring early against Class 6A Benton. Isaac Mendoza for the Wampus Cats, but this is Benton's Sonic Super Team quarterback Zach McCauley, and he can play. The sweet fake, option sprint out, and the gun to Josh Davis. That made it Conway 7, Benton 6. Conway comes back, a little misdirection out of its old wing tee. Where'd he go? There he is, junior Lester Robinson with the touchdown, and that put Conway up 14-6. But now, back to the Zach McCauley show. Oh yeah, he's been in the weight room. 6-yard touchdown run just before halftime. This one was tight for a while. Final score, Conway 28, Benton 18. At War Memorial Stadium, undefeated Fort Smith Northside against undefeated Little Rock Catholic, and Catholic gets a break early. Northside's bad snap sets up the Rockets with good field position. And sophomore Taylor Bartlett hooks up with Andrew Capola. That puts Catholic up 6-0. But the Grizzlies growl back. Andre McKinney bounces it in the end zone. That puts Northside up 7-6. Final score, Fort Smith Northside 13, Little Rock Catholic 6. Undefeated Cabot jumped on winless Searcy. It was 13-0 early. Cabot 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Actually, that's that new field turf stuff, so it's 3 yards and black rubber pellets. But look at this, Cabot fumbling it away. And Searcy in position to score. But check out that Cabot Panther defense on back-to-back plays. Searcy's not going to get in the end zone, and the Lions lose their 13th straight. Final score, Cabot 35, Searcy 0.
Go good! Go good!
The Jacksonville Red Devils playing host to red-hot Lake Hamilton, ranked number 3 in Class 6A by Hootens.com, and Lake Hamilton wastes no time. Philip Butterfield hooking up with Cole Lorigan, 55-yard touchdown. Lake Hamilton up early, 22-0. Jacksonville trying to rally. Thomas Blade finds Marquise Simpkins, and Simpkins makes a few moves, but is run down at the 10-yard line, and that's as close as Jacksonville would get. Final score, Lake Hamilton 36, Jacksonville 0. Lake Hamilton will play host to Sheridan next week. On Friday night, the Sheridan Yellow Jackets wearing the white and with their hands full at Whitehall. It was tied at 7 at halftime, but Sheridan's on the move early in the third quarter. Junior Zach Cole loose on the quarterback draw, and Sheridan rushed for 249 yards Friday night. More Sheridan now. Senior Bryce Lundy with his best Barry Sanders impersonation. Sweet spin move, and Sheridan's in the red zone. Let's take one more look at that. There's your Sonic Super Teamer. Lundy gashed Whitehall for 152 yards Friday night. A few plays later, Cole on the sneak, and he's headed for his second touchdown of the night. Cole had 95 yards rushing for Sheridan, and the Yellow Jackets are on top. Now, still in the third quarter, Sheridan forcing a Whitehall punt. A nice one by Kyle Lussinger, but oops, the ball's on the ground. Nice hustle by Whitehall's sophomore Michael Smith. He's got the recovery for the Bulldogs. That's a huge play, because just moments later, Whitehall ties it up. J.J. Martin with the direct snap. He had a huge night for Whitehall, 150 yards and 2 TDs. It's tied at 14, and we're headed for the fourth quarter. Sheridan taking control. Deep in Whitehall's end, and Cole's on the move. He's looking for Brady Bone, and Bone goes up and gets it. Nice catch under pressure on 3rd and long, but this one's coming back. Holding. Next play, 3rd and forever now. Sheridan trying to set up the winning field goal attempt. Cole throwing on the run, but there's Whitehall senior Jimmy Coleman with the pick. 8 seconds left, and Whitehall ends its losing streak. Final score, Sheridan 14, Whitehall 14.
We went down on ourselves for them 2 losses. Our fans didn't give up on us. We'll do all right.
Here's Hootens.com Class 7A rankings. There's no changes in the top 5. Bentonville squeaked by Russellville, holding on for a 1-point victory in the River Valley. Little Rock Central lost at Class 6A Texarkana, but holds the number 2 spot. Bryant and Fort Smith Southside battled to a tie in Fort Smith, and Harbor was a big winner. Fayetteville stays at number 6 after tying Pine Bluff. Then it's Fort Smith Northside and Cabot. Those 2 teams are the only 2 in Class 7A that don't have a blemish on their record. North Little Rock's up to 9, and Russellville jumps into the top 10 after pushing Bentonville. Rogers drops to number 11 this week. Then it's Springdale, Catholic, and Conway. In Class 6A, Hootens.com number 1 Texarkana knocked off Class 7A Little Rock Central by a touchdown, just as predicted by Hootens.com. The Razorbacks have gone 13 weeks without a loss. Number 2 West Memphis is winning with its defense and looks like a title contender. Lake Hamilton is at number 3 after outscoring their first 3 opponents by more than 100 points. Mountain Home is winless but should be a player in the 6A East. Then it's Sheridan. Jacksonville falling to number 8. Benton moves up after a good showing at Conway, and Jonesboro drops to 10 after a mercy rule loss to Class 4A Osceola. Forest City moves up to number 11 after consecutive victories. Then it's Sylvan Hills, Chapel, Searcy, and Hall to round out Hootens.com top 15.
Hi, I'm Cassie Neely from Star City, and the Bulldogs always stay tuned for more Hootens Arkansas football.
Hootens Arkansas football, brought to you by Twin City Bank.
When you walk out on that field tonight, guys, that place is going to be packed. There hadn't been that many people at Newport in 10, 15 years back in the 90s. You got the town behind you. Guys, y'all deserve to win because you work hard at it.
The Newport Greyhounds playing host to big rival and Class 5A Batesville. The Pioneers tried to make it 7 in a row over Newport, but on the second play of the game, Newport quarterback Edward Pruitt is flushed and going deep to Nico Cox. And number 5 does the rest, 57 yards for the touchdown. Cox rushed for more than 1,600 last year, averaging 150 yards a game this season. Newport 7, Batesville 0. And the Hounds bring it on defense too. Batesville's Nick Police to Adam Murphy, and Newport's Quarmaine Dean makes the initial hit. All the Greyhounds were jacked up for this one. Now back on offense, and Newport junior Chris Christ picking up nice yardage. Then Pruitt pitches it to Cox, and Cox is going to fling it to the end zone, but it's intercepted. Batesville's Jeremy Boyette with the pick. The Pioneers have got a good defense, but Newport gets the big win. Final score, Greyhounds 17, Batesville 10. Batesville was ranked number 2 in the state. Pulaski Academy ranked number 3, playing host to Dollar Way, and Spencer Keith hooking up with Neil Barlow. That gets Pulaski Academy to the 1. They would score on the next play, and PA was up on Dollar Way early, but the Cardinals come back. Billy Lee up the gut, Dollar Way touchdown. Then in the second quarter, Dollar Way's defense is going to score twice. Jesse Grandy with the interception. He's going to return it for a Dollar Way touchdown. That puts the Cardinals up. And now for the other Dollar Way defensive score. Pressure on Keith again, and Charlie Thompson is going to scoop and score for the Cardinals. Dollar Way gets its first win of the year, and it comes at Pulaski Academy. Final score, Dollar Way 30, PA 27. From PA to Pine Bluff now, talented Camden Fairview at Watson Chapel. And Fairview quarterback Jim Youngblood. Committed to the Razorbacks, he's in the end zone. Fairview 8, Chapel 0. But Watson Chapel fights back with its quarterback, Gordon Johnson. He's a good one. He's got some speed and an 18-yard pickup here for Chapel. A few plays later, it's Johnson, 3 yards for the touchdown. That makes it Fairview 8, Watson Chapel 6. But Camden comes right back. Youngblood getting his second touchdown of the night, and Fairview improves to 3-0. Final score, Cardinals 41, Watson Chapel 6. From Pine Bluff to Pulaski Robinson now. The Senators gunning for their 7th straight win over Hot Springs Lakeside, but Lakeside moving on their first possession. Quarterback Colby Warren, he's a good one, into the Robinson territory. And moments later, watch Warren unloading the bomb, and look what Ben Crumpton finds. What a catch! But this ain't over. Robinson's defense stiffens, and Lakeside settles for this Ben Pettigrew field goal. It's Lakeside 3, Robinson 0 on the ensuing kickoff. His name's McFadden. This is Darren's cousin, Marquise, with daylight. He's got 4.5 speed. The Senators are in business. Robinson quarterback Zach DeYamas hands it to senior Casey Cross, and he's gone all the way down into scoring territory before Lakeside's Brad Bush makes the touchdown saving tackle. A couple of plays later, Robinson would punch it in. It was 7-3, and the Senators roll on. Final score, Robinson 37, Lakeside 19.
Here we go, 97, first drive.
First-year coach John Shannon and the BB Badgers trying to go to 3-0 Friday night, but they trailed number 6 ranked Bologna by 15 in the fourth quarter when Shannon calls for the fake punt. Huge play. Up back, Sammy Williams picks up the first down, and BB seizes momentum. A few plays later, BB quarterback Charlie Spakes passes to Josh Turner, and the senior is going to motor toward the end zone. Tyler Head makes the tackle for Bologna at the 1. No problem. The next play, Sammy Williams tumbles in for just one of his 3 touchdowns on the night. And then on a critical 2-point attempt, Spakes scrambles before hitting Turner in the back of the end zone, and BB cuts Bologna's lead to just 7. It's 41-34. Bologna goes 3 and out, and on its next drive, BB is back in the red zone. Spakes goes left with the option and pitches late to Billy Griswold, who scoots in for the score. BB's 2-point attempt would fail, and Bologna's lead was 41-40. Bologna again would go 3 and out, and BB gets the ball one more time. And here's your ball game. With 2 minutes left, 4th and 9. Spakes rolls right, throws the screen across the field to Chris Blundell, and the senior is going to sprint 41 yards for the game-winning touchdown. BB rallies from 23 down to stun Bologna. Final score, BB 47, Bologna 41.
It's something we've been focused on all week. We've heard about how good the West was, and we want to see if the East could do it too.
Here's Hootens.com Class 5A rankings. Greenwood stays at number 1 after beating Shiloh Christian by 17. Camden Fairview moves up from number 4 to number 2. The Cardinal offense looked in sync against Watson Chapel. Harrison is number 3 now. The Golden Goblins averaging more than 40 points per game. Batesville drops to 4 and PA's 5. Then it's Blytheville and BB. How about those Badgers in the top 10 after an impressive victory over Bologna? Then it's Robinson, Bologna, and Little Rock Christian. Look for the undefeated Warriors to improve to 4-0 with the win at Alma next week. Magnolia's 11, then it's Crossit from Siloam Springs, which led Springdale by 13 on Friday before losing by 4. Monticello's 14, and Nettleton falls to number 15 after its second straight loss to Gosnell.
Of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by Sonic.
We're able to come out here in front of our town with our people and show what we've done since July the 31st. It's great, isn't it? Have fun. Have fun.
Coach, you're absolutely right. Football is about having fun, but this isn't fun. That's the visiting Mariana Trojans on the move. Tevin Westbrook is loose in the secondary. He had more than 100 yards Friday night against Star City. Same drive, same guy. Mariana quarterback Elias Hill finds Westbrook. And do you believe this guy's just a sophomore? In his first start, this drive would stall, but Mariana was bringing it on defense too. Junior Dedrick Jones smothers the Bulldogs. That dude's as quick as he is big. Star City finally gets it going. Bulldogs have their own super soft. It's quarterback Sage Gassaway running the veer. More Gassaway now. Busted play, but he makes the most of it. Gassaway had 87 yards on the night, but Star City loses another close one late. Final score, Mariana 22, Star City 21. Next stop, Bald Knob, where the Bulldogs took on Highland in front of a capacity crowd. Highland on the move, sophomore Michael Tarver runs hard before Bald Knob's Will Fawcett and Blake Rouse bring him down. Highland up 7-6 at the half. And in the second half, number 14 ranked Highland did not stumble as the Rebels passed their first road test. And next week play Osceola in the conference opener. Final score, Highland 28, Bald Knob 6. Here's the Hootens.com Class 4A rankings. Warren stays number 1, but Coach Bo Embry wasn't happy after the Lumberjacks led winless Ashdown just 14-0 at halftime. Nationals number 2, then it's Newport, CAC, and Dollarway headed to Bradley County next week for a huge showdown with Warren. Undefeated Stuttgart mauled Mayflower by 18 points. Farmington's number 7, Booneville and Clarksville stay in the top 10 despite losing on Friday. And the Bearcats and Panthers face each other in the conference opener next week. Ozark starts the second 10 after scoring its first victory of the year. Then it's Dumas, Prairie Grove, Highland, and the Dardanelle Sand Lizards dropping a spot after losing to Atkins. Heber Springs is 2-1. Then it's Oak Grove and Osceola, which invoked the mercy rule against Class 6A Jonesboro. Coming up next, it's more of Hooten's Arkansas football, Class 3A and 2A highlights are straight ahead. It's Saturday morning, and you're watching Hooten's Arkansas football.
Hi, I'm Ashley Rich from Clarendon, and you're watching Hooten's Arkansas football. Go Lions!
Now, more of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by Sonic.
Welcome back to Hooten's Arkansas football and the pit in Bauxite, where we begin our Class 3A and 2A highlights. Bauxite, ranked number 2 in AAA, taking on Class 5A Malvern. And that's Bauxite sophomore quarterback Blake Childress into the red zone before Malvern's Anthony Witherspoon brings him down. And that sets up big fullback Tommy Wimberly, a 255-pound senior, into the end zone. And we got us a 1-point ball game in the third quarter. It's Malvern 14, Bauxite 13. Just a little bit later, Bauxite looks like it might take the lead. Ryan Dunlap, though, calls it up, and Anthony Witherspoon is off to the races. He bobbles it, hangs on, but Dunlap makes a nice play, hustling back to save the touchdown. Doesn't matter, though. Malvern's senior running back, Stephen Clegg, he rushed for more than 900 yards last year, and get this, he's got over 600 in the first 3 games this season. His touchdown puts Malvern up 21-13, and Clegg would add 2 more touchdowns, and before the night was over, Clegg would total 268 yards rushing for Malvern, including 2 more TDs. Final score, Malvern 35, Bauxite 19.
You're obviously tired. They kept going to you and going to you. Talk about just having the will to keep on going.
Oh yeah, I got strength. I believe in myself. I just work hard and hard. Don't give up.
Out at the ranch, Arkansas Baptist playing host to Harding Academy, and Harding up 12-7 in the first quarter, but Baptist strikes back. Matt Lincoln's pass is intercepted by Danny Aday, and he puts his 4.7 speed to work, and just like that, Baptist is in Harding Academy territory. And on the opening play of the drive, the Baptist with some trickeration Wide receiver Greg Bowie taking the handoff around the end. He's only played football for 2 years, but he's been running for a long time. Then it's sophomore quarterback Logan Quinn. He's just played 3 games in varsity action. That's a nice run, and that'll set up a Baptist score. Quinn finds versatile senior running back Richard Cox for the short TD pass, and after falling behind 12-0, Baptist is on top 13-12. But the rest of the night would belong to Harding Academy. Final score, Wildcats 53, Arkansas Baptist 26. At Episcopal Collegiate, the Wildcats taking on the undefeated Clarendon Lions in the capital city. And Clarendon starts fast. First play of the game, number 1 to Vodrick Lee. Hands it to number 2, Roderick Harris. And look at Roderick run. Breaking tackles, spinning around all the way to the Episcopal 35 before Alex Weems finally drags him down. But it was Episcopal's defense making the plays most of the first half. Clarendon trying to pass over the middle, intercepted, and we're headed the other way. Eventually, we'll catch up with Jerron Fells. He's returning the interception, weaving back across the field, and he's going 91 yards. Episcopal 6, Clarendon 0. Episcopal's defense also returned a lateral to make it 12-0, and then the offense gets going. Junior quarterback Robert Henry lost a nice one to Jerron Fells. He returned the interception for a touchdown, and now he's headed to the happy place again. Episcopal wins its first game while handing Clarendon its first loss. Final score, Episcopal 28, Clarendon